Norman Hamilton, who's a retired businessman, set up War on Want, or was certainly involved with War on Want. So thank you very much to Norman. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming to the meeting, a most important meeting that I hope you will think about and hope transpires what could happen. Next, I'd like to thank my dear friend for 18 years who's brought me here. I could never have come here without his help, and he's been a wonderful person, and it means everything to me, so thank you very much. Then, I'd like to say this. The world is in a terrible mess. Terrible mess. Anybody that stands now and looks at the meetings, what's going on with cyberspace, all these internet people don't understand in the least. It's in a shocking condition. There's that book came out about immigration. Top leaders of the country, thinkers of the country, they knew that we had far too many people in the country then, so we didn't want immigration. And 77% of the people supported that. It's been totally ignored. Why? Big business. Big business. Money, money, money. That's what they want. And we could go to where we like, but they're going to... We went into Europe. I was all for Europe. I was a federalist. Dictatorship. They don't believe in us. They want the money. They want the power. That foreign man who nearly ruined our nation in the 1900s. Yes, there's 7 of them all over the world working hard to bring terribleness to this world. I feel very deeply about it as a true Englishman. I belong to London. It's another organisation as well. For years and years, we've been trying to get the true democracy in this country. Now they're all battling at Parliament now and trying to put something over us again. I've just had this latest communication now. I don't know all the ins and outs, but we have people that are battling hard for us now, and we must support them. Everybody must support them as much as possible. Right. What's happening today? Come Brexit, I got together a dossier of what is happening by looking at the BBC, several newspapers about, and put together what's really happening in this country. It's overloaded with people, vastly overloaded. There should only be 40 million and not 70 million. We haven't got the jobs and work for our own poor people. They brought in all these foreigners. They're foreigners. Good luck to them. I'm not against people. I'm against the people that bring them here. And no, it's all about money and power. Before the war, the ordinary people, I come to the ordinary people, by the way. Before the war, the ordinary people were the skivers. Yes, they were the skivers. They had to put up with it. After the war, when they used to say, come the election, we're not going to put that Churchill on it. Now, I admire Churchill for the war. He was a wonderful, wonderful leader. But they didn't want him after the war. Of course, he had a huge surprise. The Labour Party took over. Well, they weren't much better, I tell you. Unfortunately, they weren't much better. Anyway, it carried on. Then all of a sudden, rich people said, what are we going to do? We've got no skivers to do this. We've got to have immigration. Yes, we've got to have that. Bring in the poor people from the poor countries. Yes. We don't have to pay them much. No, we don't have to pay them much. That'll put the spoke in the ordinary people of this country. They'll have to look lively for a job, won't they? Yes. Well, in 1971, I went to the where they do about the greengrocery and the strawberries and things like that. I went purposely because I was feeling very low. And they said, we don't want people, we've got plenty of people. So how is it there is such a shortage of people that they keep saying? We're a shortage here and shortage there. We've got to bring more people in. The fact is this country should only have 40 million and not 70 million. In the 50s, there was no homeless. It was not allowed in the 50s. Yes. Housing. We had sensible housing, council housing, reasonable rents for people what they were paid. They could pay their rent easily and have money over for good food and perhaps a holiday or something like that. And that's how it should be for ordinary people. We the people. Fraud galore, crime galore. You know what's going on now in our midst. We can't keep up with it. We just can't keep up with it. It's shocking. We've got all these foreigners here with what they want to do, what they're going to do. What do we do about it? Or we go around in circles. What were the politicians before they were politicians? I would like to know, quite frankly. Because this country is in such a mess. They don't look at the trains, for goodness sake, this week. My goodness me. You know, they're supposed to know how to run things. Oh, they couldn't run a poppy shop and about anything else. If you watch these things, as I've done live, I watch these things, I feel so disgusted. The lies told, absolute lies. Oh, it makes me so annoyed. I don't know where, you know. Oh. Anyway, that's that. Yes, this is my dossier. 22 things I put together. The local paper sent a Chinese reporter along. We put it together, the Chinese boy made. I wasn't the chairman of Brexit, local Brexit, so a chairman had to go along. When the local papers, they wouldn't print it. Now, they've printed a lot of letters of mine in the past. They wouldn't print it. Why? Because it's the truth. There it is. There's other copies of it. There's the truth, what's really happening to this country. And it seems to me the people fast asleep at what really is happening. We've got to wake up to what's happening to this country. We've got far too many foreigners. We just can't carry on and on and on.
You have to wind up now.
Well, I've got a lot more to say there. I'll say it briefly. But I believe in war on want. That's what I'm also here for. War on want has decomposed people's universal partnerships. Universal partnerships means throughout the world, every little street, everywhere, rich man, poor man, what, they can give something to the people who are poverty-stricken and very ill and sick. That's what the world should be doing. And I'm a strong United Nations man. That's my other part here, about the United Nations. Now, a lot of people don't want the United Nations. In the 1918 war, when that was over, President Wilson came along and said, we must have this United Nations. Ha, 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 said the people that didn't fight the wars. Ha, ha, ha. Do you think we're playing that? Why? We love to kill all the people. Let them all come together and let them all kill one another while we get rich, we get poor, we put our thumbs down. What did they do? They chose that Hitler, the madman. You've got to look in his eyes. Madman. What did he cause? All our sons and daughters of people got killed again in the next war, but 1914-18 what they killed. And that's what's going on in this world. Wake up, people, to what these evil, wicked people are doing. They're not concerned about ordinary people. They're not concerned at all. They put money, armaments, power. There's 170 religious organisations. 170 religious organisations. The only one that inspires me are the Quakers. The Quakers. What do? They don't believe in wars for a start, which is wonderful. Next, they are the chocolate industry. What do? They build beautiful places for their workers and all the good things for the workers. They forgot about profits to that extent. John Lewis is in the same frame again. They're the way, they're pointing the way to how the world should live, how we all should live. How, from the people that are starving and wanting the water, everything. All right, I'm not a great speaker, maybe I'm not, but I'm speaking the truth.
Thank you very much.
You listen to what I say, and I hope you might digest it.
So,